Welcome back, Fantasy Cheat Sheeters. Today's episode will be our final pre-draft rankings. We're going to be going through 20 defensive sleepers for the 2023 NFL Draft. No reason to wait. Let's jump right in. Coming in at number 20 from Kent State, we have safety Nico Bolden. Nico's been a big-time player for Kent State, and through this pre-draft process has really opened up some eyes with his athletic testing. Coming from small school like Kent State, even though they did produce Edelman, not known for football players, he's been under the radar, but I think this guy could be a player in the league. At number 19, linebacker from Michigan State, we got Ben Van Summener. He's a little bit smaller for a middle linebacker, which he's going to play, but he's got a nose for the ball. He was the captain of that defense the last couple of years, coming from the Big Ten, cold weather, outdoor stadium. I mean, this guy's got hard-nosed linebacker written all over him, and I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes. At number 18, we got the D tackle from NC State, Corey Darden. Is a big man. He's a two-gap fill-in, run stuff, and defensive tackle. He wasn't asked to penetrate much at NC State, but I think he might have a little more juice in the tank than he showed. But just a big body, plug-and-play, run-stuffing type D tackle. Number 17, we got an edge out of Small Lane College, Andrew Farmer. Long, lanky edge, did well at the lower level. Who knows what will translate from that, but he's definitely been on some people's radars in this pre-draft process. At number 16, from Jackson State, yes, that university coached by the one, the only Neon Dion, we have Aubrey Miller Jr. I don't think he's going to have quite the year that at Detroit, I'm drawing a blank, Harrison had last year coming out of Jackson State, but he's a tough middle linebacker with some range that can cover people out of the backfield. So I expect him to make a roster, at least a practice squad this year. Number 15, we got another D tackle from Ohio State, Jerron Cage. I'm excited about this guy. He was that run-stuffing D tackle, but with his testing and then his show that he put on at the Senior Bowl, getting through the offensive lineman like he did, he, I think, has some sneaky sack ability upside. So he's on my radar for a late-round flyer, definitely in my dynasties. At number 14, out of Oregon, Brandon Dorless. I'm not sure. I put him as a D-line just because he played 3-tech, 5-tech. He played all over the Oregon line. I think he really is versatile enough to play on the outside on early downs and then kick in on rush downs later. But that's to be seen. Coming from Oregon, top-notch program, we'll see what he's got. But he has versatility to be all over the line. At number 13, linebacker out of Troy. He's not the one you're thinking of. I'm pulling for Martell too. He's just tiny. But this is a linebacker that I'm really excited about out of Troy, Richard Jubiner. Transferred from a big school, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Auburn. That's right. He transferred from Auburn, then went and tore it up at Troy. Showed rush ability, getting sacks, getting pass breakups, making tackles. This guy's all over the field. Watch out for him this coming season for you IDP players. At number 12, out of Louisville, our first of two Louisville defenders, but we got Yazir Abdullah. Abdullah got turned loose a lot this year on the edge to rush the quarterback, and the stats proved that he's capable of that. He is not big enough to get that many reps on the outside at the NFL level. He's going to be a little bit more of like an Anthony Barr, not the size of Anthony Barr, but showing blitz, dropping in coverage, that weak side overhang type thing. I'm not sure what's going to translate, but his athletic ability and ball hawking just mentality, he's going to be on the field at some point. So I'm excited about that. Number 11, I'm going to butcher this name, so forgive me. D-end out of Rice, Akena Ekanukwa. I believe it's close to that, but Akena Big E, let's call him. He's a monster on the edge. Lanky, long arms. Don't have his height in front of me off the top of my head. I forget, but I think he's 6'5", and has all the body traits that you look for in an edge. Now, will it translate from Rice? I don't know, but he's got upside ability that you guys might want to look into. At number 10, linebacker, another NC State, we got Drake Thomas. Now, this guy isn't going to flash. He doesn't stand out in the traits, but he's just a good football player. That's why he's on this list. He's special teams. I think he's going to be in special teams in NFL right off the bat, but he's going to be a backup linebacker on somebody's team in the next 2 or 3 years that gets a chance to start and might just take that job. Number 9, safety safety linebacker I have because I'm not sure he's going to play. Sacramento State, Marte Mapu. And I'm sorry if I said that wrong, Marte, but I've watched your highlights only. Sacramento State isn't quite a team that's on the TV very much, but man, this guy can make plays out of the backfield there. He is smart, you can tell. I think he has the ability to play in the box with his speed and aggressiveness. I'm not sure what defense coordinator is going to get this guy, but they're going to fall in love pretty quickly with him. At number 8, out of Florida A&M, we got Isaiah Land, conference player of the year down there. Florida A&M had one player last year that I was big on, and I think he's going to make Dallas impact this year, is Marquise Bell, the safety, but Isaiah Land's even better. Coming off the edge, he's a terror at that level. I hope his skills translate, but Isaiah Land is a player. Watch for him. That's all I'm going to say. Out of Toledo, edge number 7, Dushawn Johnson. Another little bit of a not quite sure. They had him playing fully on the edge with his hands in the dirt, but I don't know if he's got that size and just straight up power to play that at least consistently all the time. I mean, every now and then maybe. I think he's going to be a stand-up outside rush linebacker at the NFL level, which is fine. You would like to see a little more juice if he's going to be standing up all the time, but this guy's got moves, and that's what's important, guys. He knows how to package together different moves to get to that quarterback. So I'm big on him. Number 6, moving along. Another edge. Are you guys seeing a trend? Tons of edge this year all over the board, but another small school, B.J. Thompson out of Stephen F. Austin. If you've heard about him, you've heard the scouts and the evaluators are huge on his upside, terribly scared of his floor. He's tiny. He's like 6'5", 215, 220. I mean, he looks like a wide receiver, a small wide receiver, but he's got juice, he's got moves, and if some of that can translate as well as putting some weight on in an NFL weight room, this guy could be scary at the next level. So look for him. Our second Louisville player comes in at number 5. It's Yaya Diaby. Fully edge, unlike his teammate Abdullah. This guy will play on the edge. He's got the frame for it. But he's quick twitched, rocked up. This guy looks good out there, like what you want to see from the traits aspect. Didn't produce quite as much as some would hope, but I think some of that was scheme with the Louisville defense there. So that's my number 5. Moving on to number 4, another small school riser in the pre-draft process out of Ferris State, Caleb Murphy. I put D-line for him because, once again, he kind of played out of position in college, actually playing a lot of D-tackle. He's going to be on the edge at the next level. I believe hands in the dirt, but he did show some times where he stood up and was able to get to the quarterback. So versatility, tested poorly, unfortunately, but I've heard scouts talking about him that they didn't expect him to be a great tester. Unfortunate where he did test, but his game tape speaks for itself. He's a true gamer. And we'll see if that translates at the higher level coming from Ferris State. Number 3, another conference defensive player of the year, I believe, Jose Ramirez, edge out of Eastern Michigan. People are raving about him. He's probably not a surprise on this list for anybody that's truly following IDP. I'm not going to speak too much about him. Watch the tape. Google what scouts are saying about him and look at his projections. People are really high on this guy. I won't be surprised to see him come off on the 3rd round. Number 2, another huge riser that I was on a little bit before he blew up his pro day, But we're talking cornerback out of Purdue, Corey Trice. Size, speed, explosiveness, Big Ten competition. This guy might be back end of the second round. I wouldn't expect him to make it out of day 2, though. And number 1 on my list, out of Appalachian State, we got edge Nick Hampton. This guy's fun. He's special. Appalachian State isn't that really small school. It obviously isn't top tier, but they play a lot of good teams. And this guy was wrecking game plans against whoever. Coming off the edge, tons of juice. He's going to be a player, guys. He's a small school athlete, but big-time game. And that's my number 1. Those are my top 20 pre-draft sleepers. Maybe not top 20, but 20 guys to keep your eyes on. And I'll definitely be doing another one after the draft, after the landing spots, after the free agent, undrafted free agent signings. But that's it for today. That'll be my last pre-draft video. Thank God. It's been a little bit of a grind, but I'm excited to go watch the draft later tonight. I'm actually heading out the door here pretty soon when I get this posted. So enjoy the draft, everybody. I'm Johnny Stocks. This is the Fantasy Cheat Sheet, and we will catch you guys next time.